Good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, August 13th, day 29, afternoon podcast from me, Mike, a.k.a. BB Gossip. And I don't have a ton of news, to be quite frank and honest. It's a quiet day in my world in the Big Brother house. I haven't had much time to keep track because this is an extremely busy time of the year for me. So I don't have any super specific news. I mean, we're at the point now where we're just waiting for Thursday. There was a little blip out there on the internet, potential clue that Thursday may indeed be the wall, which is what the house guests are speculating. But one of those accounts that seems to have ties to the actual production of the show, posted a picture of someone climbing a rock face, right? That to me indicates wall. That's as close as we're going to get. You're not going to see a picture of someone leaning against a wall. So I said it might be a hanging thing. It might be something involving that. But it could also be just plain the wall. So maybe, we'll see. I have feelers out, but sources have been very quiet this year, so I'm not too afraid to say it's probably going to be the wall. I definitely think it's going to be an endurance competition, so we'll see what it is. Other than that, there is stuff going on in the house. There are rumblings. There are little, alliance work going on. It's more the people that didn't have a lot of alliances kind of working on stuff, or some of the not, I don't know. I mean, Joseph has alliances, but not super strong, right? I mean, Joseph is not in the Pentagon, but he is in the Collective, right? So he's in a big alliance, but he's a third, he's on the outside of that big alliance. And he's been working with other people a little bit, but he's kind of working on stuff. Even crossing, if you consider him a part of the Collective, in theory, he's against Tucker, right? But he's even reaching across kind of to Tucker a little bit, talking to him. There's stuff going on. It's still getting fleshed out. There was a discussion somewhere, I think this was not last night, I think it was today, where someone thought that Chelsea and Brooklyn had the best games going. And I just kind of thought, because Chelsea, see, now I'm going to say this, because Chelsea is she's in the core, or the three C's of the Collective, of the Pentagon. Brooklyn is an add-on. She and Quinn were add-ons to that to make the Pentagon, right? The core was Cedric, Cam, and Chelsea, and then they added on Brooklyn and Quinn. And to me, that is still a pretty darn strong alliance if they're still loyal to each other, which I think they are. And you add on Quinn and Brooklyn, and that adds to it. And then you add the Collective on top of that, where you throw in Chemo and Takor and Joseph. So you've got Chelsea 3 layers deep in alliances, and Brooklyn's only 2. Chelsea's 1 ahead of Household. Brooklyn hasn't won anything yet. And yes, as Matt from Big Brother Network pointed out to me, you don't have to win things to do well, a.k.a. Dr. Will. However, Brooklyn hasn't been doing the kind of stuff that Dr. Will was doing from the drop on Big Brother 2, right? So I'm waiting to see Brooklyn do something, and I've seen enough of her negative side, her cattiness towards Angela this past Thursday, for me to just not be quite sure how well she's going to do. Is she going to become an angry player or a mean player and make enemies? Or is she going to play more of a subtle social game and manage to keep people on their good side? I'm just not sure yet. We'll see. So there is stuff going on. People are working on stuff. If it is indeed the wall competition, like I said, I just really think Tucker's going to win it. But, that's not a lock, but I really think he may. So people may be planning ahead for that. What else to tell you guys? I mean, that's it for the house, really. The only other thing I was trying to expand on was my little thought that I started this morning, where I was doing some kind of a swimming analogy, some kind of a pool analogy. And I really latched onto it today while I was working and thinking about it more. It's like I want to get some pictures. It's kind of like what Autumn does. Those of you who know Autumn is, she does occasionally, like most recently, I think she did stores at a strip mall or stores at a mall, where she assigned each house guest a store based on their personalities, or like a fast food restaurant, or she just does different things. She's really good at it. It's kind of a little bit like that in that I'm thinking of the different house guests and where they would be at a public pool, but not individual things, more just like general things. Like I'm putting, and this is where I've got to expand a little bit, but I'm like putting anybody who's been a head of household, I'm putting them in the deep end of the pool. They are in the middle of it. They are swimming hard. They are doing the work. They are, I'm not going to say they're expert swimmers, but they're in the deep end, right? Angela's in the deep end. Doesn't mean she's doing well, but she's there. She may be struggling a lot, but she's in the thick of it. And then you get the shallow end. And who's in the shallow end? Well, that's where I'm putting, and again, I did this a little bit, I think, this morning, but a little bit more so. Like, I'm putting Brooklyn, and I would put Quinn in the deep end because he got his power and he did stuff with it more so than Mackenzie is not. I'm not putting Mackenzie even in the shallow end, I don't think. But I'm putting Brooklyn and Cam. Maybe Cam. Cam? Am I Cam? I'm not sure about Cam. See, the shallow end is kind of borderline. It's people who are doing a little bit of stuff, but they haven't graduated to the deep end yet. So Joseph seems to be doing some plotting. Chelsea's had it. Cedric's had it. I might put Cam there, maybe. I'm not sure. Tucker is definitely in the deep end. I'm not sure. The shallow end may be my question, because then you go from the shallow end, and maybe I don't even throw in the kiddie pool. Maybe I just throw a bunch of people in the shallow end, and then I throw some people in the kiddie pool, or I just put everybody. The shallow end and kiddie pool maybe are kind of the same, but I'm trying to draw a line there. And then you have the people that aren't even in the pool, right? That are just kind of sitting on the side. And that's where I'm like with Takor and Chemo. Now maybe they're good swimmers. Maybe they're actually really good swimmers, but they haven't even gotten in the pool yet. They're just kind of sitting on the edge, sunning themselves, watching everybody else swim. That's where I would put, for example, as I said, Cedric and Takor. But maybe I put them in the kiddie pool, and I put Leah and Mackenzie sunbathing. Huh. See, this is where I have to work this out a little bit more, right? I need to flesh this whole process out so I can justify everybody's locations. Where am I putting Rabina? Am I putting Rabina? Those are the 4 spots I came up with. Just lounging by the side of the pool, in the kiddie pool, in the shallow end, and in the deep end, right? And I actually queried Midjourney a couple times, trying to get it to draw me a pool and a kiddie pool kind of thing. You know what? It's just Midjourney just isn't. It's hard to get a good drawing of what you think. Pictures are hard to come up with when you want to do a certain kind of picture. Getting that exactly what you want. I mean, I envisioned a side view or a cross-section view of a pool where you had the deep end and you had going up to the shallow end, and then you'd have a second pool off to one side that was the kiddie pool, and then you could have people sitting on loungers off to the side. That was my whole picture that I wanted to kind of generate, and I played around with it just a little bit because I'm working and I really can't do this too much. But you can submit a query to Midjourney and ask it to do something and then walk away and then come back to it, so it doesn't take too long. But I did a couple. I could not get Midjourney to come up with anything close to what I had in mind. And so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on this. By the time I have it sorted out, half the house guests are going to be gone and it won't be relevant. But it's going to be something I'm going to work on. So that's what's up for a Tuesday afternoon. It is not a flip-flop. We are not going to have flip-flops. Oh, there's a show tonight. That's right. Show tonight where you're going to have Cody Jag. Who else? Another winner. Taylor, Cody, and Jag, I think, are the three. Are going to be on the show. If there's another one, it's another recent winner, but I don't think there is. I think it's just the three of them. And they're going to talk about the house guests. And like I said, as was pointed out by Cleo the Leo, this is just to catch everybody up that hasn't been paying attention, that they want to get involved. It'll have some extra stuff in it, but it is going to be a lot of recapping. And then they're going to drop hints about the next power, which will be revealed on Thursday. Whatever these hints are, we'll get the revelation. I got a little bit of inside info on it, but I can't share it. So when I say, oh, I was right, I can't prove it to you. So you have to take my word for it. I got some inside information, but I'm not going to be able to reveal it because I can't. So we'll see if it's genuine inside information or not. But I did get inside information over the weekend too, but it was too late. I got told too late. So once again, I've got some sources getting me inside info, but I either can't share it or by the time I see it, it's too late to share. So we'll keep working on that, right? Oh, well. Yeah, that's it. I think I'll make one more reference. Apparently, Leah made a comment that she identifies with Liz from Big Brother 17. I need to go back and watch the video because I don't know. I don't know, Liz. I mean, do you really want to identify with Liz, Leah? I just don't know if that's your best choice. And I hate to say that because I believe Liz follows me on Twitter. So she's one of my followers, so I don't want to pick on her too hard. But, you know, she and her sister have like an OnlyFans page. And I've never seen it. I've never been to it. I can't. I'm not doing any of that stuff. But I just know when you see someone has an OnlyFans page, it usually means adult content. So, Leah, are you saying that I see your future having adult content? Is that what Leah's saying? I don't know. I don't think that's what she's saying, but maybe she isn't aware of what Liz and her sister have been up to since their Big Brother days. All right. That being said, now I'm going to sign off. And you guys have a wonderful Tuesday night. Thank you for listening. And we'll talk to you all on Wednesday morning. And we'll have some comments about whatever was shown on tonight's show. It'll be last night's show when I talk to you tomorrow. So we'll give you my thoughts on whatever happens on the episode. And then we'll be out of here. All right, me staring at traffic, cars pulling out of me that shouldn't be, in front of me that shouldn't be. One of my friends, by the way, went and checked out, I guess, my iTunes reviews. I haven't looked at them for a while, and said somebody was yelling at me for talking about almost being in an accident while I was driving, while I was doing my CarCast. Look, I'm hands-free here. I'm not touching anything. I got both hands on the steering wheel. I'm clapping now, but I do when I put they're back on the steering wheel. I'm careful. I really, truly am. So, you guys be well. Thanks for listening again. Thanks to my supporters. We'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.